jest Szczepan? Szczepan to mój dobry kolega z pracy. Jego hobby to sport.
Cześć, to jest szybka analiza wideo, epizod numer 10. In this episode, we are dealing with something which is called by me, to clause. What it is using the word to for the meaning of is. Let's see what we've got here and then I'll explain in further detail. To jest Szczepan. This is Szczepan. Szczepan to, Szczepan is, my good colleague from work, mój dobry kolega z pracy. So, Szczepan is my good colleague from work. Jego hobby to sport. His hobby is sport. So, sports. So, look how I'm using the word to as a meaning of is. Szczepan to mój dobry kolega z pracy. Szczepan is my good colleague from work. Jego hobby to sport. His hobby is sport. This is a very popular thing in our grammar, using to clause. And when you use to as the meaning of is, you are using words in nominative. You don't have to worry about changing nouns into, putting nouns into different case. You just use nominative, so words as they appear in a dictionary. So let's look then what we've got here. We've got dobry kolega. Kolega is a masculine noun. It's your first exception that you learn here. It's a masculine noun, although it ends with a, so it's a little bit let's say tricky here. You may think, this is a letter, it must be a feminine noun. It's not. It's an exception. Although it ends with a, I always tell my students to imagine there is another consonant, invisible consonant there, so that you don't get really confused too much. So kolega, but you can see that the describing word, so adjective for masculine nouns, usually ends with unless this is a letter k here. If you've got k letter, you have to replace with e, basically, because we never have epsilon after k letter. So dobry, usually we will have y, so dobry kolega. Dobry kolega, visualize a consonant there so you're not getting too confused with this. So dobry kolega, good colleague. Hobby, as it's a foreign word really, falls into the neuter category. Although it ends with y, it's a neuter noun. Therefore, as describing word as an adjective ending. So moje hobby, dobry kolega. If we've got a masculine noun, this will be our describing version of the word. So dobry, dobry komputer, good computer. Moje piwo, my beer. We used beer as an example from the first episode. Grażyna likes her karmi beer. Piwo karmi, caramelized beer. So she would say moje piwo, my beer, because piwo is neuter. So the ending for describing word would be a. Now, it's important that you would use to clause, so to, as jest, simply in the meaning of jest, instead of just putting here jest, is, because after jest, we will have a different rule. We will come to that in one of the next episodes. After jest, after to be, when we have a situation of who is who, what is what, we would have to use instrumental case. If we use to clause, so the word to, short word to, for the meaning of is, we don't have to change anything, but it still means is. This is not, though, the same to. this to is not the same to. This to is a part of to jest, which means this is, it is, and you should be treating these two words together, never separately. To jest is an expression, is treated as two words always appearing together. To jest, okay? We've got the same version for plural, to są, okay? But this to is not the same to. You cannot separate to from to jest or to są, okay? This is or these are, okay? So to jest is an expression and that means this is. To jest Szczepan, to jest komputer, to jest mumek, to jest kawa, okay? As of meaning this is coffee, this is mumek, this is Szczepan, right? If we use to as for the meaning of is, then we don't have to worry about changing anything in a instrumental case. We just carry on with nominative, unchanged version of the word. So Szczepan to, Szczepan is, mój dobry kolega z pracy, my good colleague from work. Jego hobby to sport. His hobby is sport. Remember, don't put jest here. This is not the same. So to, just to, okay? Z pracy, unvoiced z becomes s. So z pracy, from work. So your task is to learn to clause. So treating little short word to as is, okay? And learning to jest, this is something completely separate. This is an expression that we cannot separate, right? Treat it as one block, okay? To jest. New words like hobby, and kolega, a colleague. And also please learn that this is a masculine noun. Okay, I think that's it. Don't go into further episodes if you think you don't really understand what it's all about. What is it all about? Just drop me a message and I will help you gladly with the rest of it.